the news, Nicaragua court finds 2 opposition heads guilty of election malpractice. South Africa makes its own version of Moderna vaccine to boost vaccination rates across Africa. Federal government targets 50 billion naira from Yala River port concession. Details shortly. This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. I am Merciful Ajinamo and this is TOS News 360. A court in Nicaragua has found 2 prominent opposition figures guilty of conspiracy. Dora Maria Tellez, a former rebel who fought alongside Ortega and served in his government before becoming leader of the opposition Sandinista Renovation Movement, and student leader Lester Aliman were convicted on Thursday in trials held behind closed doors. China has joined Russia in opposing further NATO expansion as the 2 countries move closer together in the face of Western pressure. Moscow and Beijing issued a statement showcasing their agreement on a raft of issues during a visit by Russia's Vladimir Putin for the Winter Olympics. Putin claims Western powers are using the NATO defense alliance to undermine Russia. It comes amid tensions over Ukraine, which he denies planning to invade. A Danish court has found 3 members of an Iranian opposition group guilty of spying for Saudi Arabia. The 3 men were detained by police in February 2020 and are members of the Saudi-backed Arab struggle movement for the liberation of Ahvaz. They were also found guilty of promoting terrorism by supporting its armed wing in Iran. Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, on Thursday distributed 610 taxis, tricycles and buses to 3,200 unemployed youths in the state as part of an effort to enhance urban mass transportation in Maiduguri and part of Jere and Kunduga local government areas. This was contained in a statement titled Mass Transit. Zulum launches 610 taxis, tricycles, buses in Maiduguri by Governor Zulum spokesperson Isa Gusau and obtained by TOS News. 19 persons have been confirmed dead while 2 others sustained injuries in a fatal road crash involving 2 commercial vehicles along the Maturu-Maiduguri highway on Thursday. The accident involved 2 Golf wagon vehicles with registration number KHE 454XA and BKD 74SB, both bearing Jigawa State plate number. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you are watching TOS News 360. More national Africa business and sports stories on return. Stay with us. Thanks for staying. Following the approval given to security agencies by President Muhammadu Buhari to access the database of the National Identity Management Commission in the course of carrying out their duties, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Issa Pantami, said his office, through the Nigerian Communications Commission, has conveyed the approval to the relevant security agencies. According to him, the development would enhance security as it would help security operatives to go after kidnappers and other criminals. And talking about Africa, of course, development, a human rights group has alleged that a diver who had been helping to retrieve dead bodies from the Yala River in western Kenya has gone into hiding after receiving threats to his life. The diver had explained how some of the bodies he found had their limbs tied together while others were in sacks. He added that some police officers were unhappy that he had spoken to human rights activists and journalists about the situation. He says he has been involved in recovering at least 25 bodies since midway through last year. Scientists in South Africa have made a copy of the Moderna COVID vaccine, a move which they say could help boost vaccination rates across Africa. The continent currently has the lowest uptake of COVID-19 shot in the world. The company behind the new vaccine, Afrigen Biologics, says it hopes to start clinical trials in November. Talking business, the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission has said that the Yala River port concession has the capacity to generate 50 billion naira in revenue. The 30-year concession was approved on Wednesday by the Federal Executive Council under Rehabilitate, Operate and Transfer Arrangement. The approval followed a detailed process under the regulatory guidance of the ICRC, which commenced in 2011 with support from the World Bank. Talking sports, the opening ceremony of the Beijing Winter Olympics began on Friday as China attempted to turn the page on a troubled build-up overshadowed by human rights concerns and COVID-19. The lattice-shaped Bird's Nest Stadium took center stage just as it did at the 2008 Games. Beijing becomes the first city to host both a Summer and Winter Olympics. The opening ceremony was attended by President Xi Jinping, under whose rule China has adopted a more muscular attitude internationally compared to 14 years ago. And that is TOS News 360 on your digital first Pan-African news network. For more updates, visit www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. To stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network, I am Merciful Ajinama. Thanks for watching.